What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. It is the 14th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $0.0089. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. We got about 4 days, and it says 10 hours. It's more like 4 days, 9.5 hours left, maybe even less than that. Let's see. 4 days, 9 hours, 25 minutes left in this week. We've had a very nice week last week. We were in jeopardy last week of closing kind of like with a very big wick. And then on that very last day, on that Sunday there, we pumped up. We would have closed down here, but we actually pumped up. So that gave us a nice look on the weekly. I know we've got 4 days, 9.5 hours left in this week here, and we're already down 6%. But with that much time, and we've got over half this week left, you got to assume that we could absolutely move up. And if we were to move up, just imagine this week closes. Imagine we're 5 days into the future. This week's closed. Imagine that this week closes green to any effect after coming down like this, after giving a wick that's below last week's close. I would assume that would be very positive structure. And not only that, but beyond just the continuation of the move here, which would be bullish for momentum purposes, we'd also kind of be validating that we're finding support at the same area that we found support before, that we even found support before here for about a month before crashing. This area, it is a support zone. We are in the land of the rising sun. We call it that for a reason, you guys. It's not the most reliable thing. No offense, JT, but it is pretty damn reliable, and it is a significant area nonetheless. Looking at this here on the daily time frame, certainly looks like a pattern I think that we're all familiar with. Looks like a bull flag to me, right? Definitely does look like a bull flag. With that being said, it's possible that we could come to the base of this flag. And if we were to come to the base of this flag, that lines up pretty damn well with these highs, doesn't it? At least the way that I have it drawn here, it lines up pretty damn well. So again, the call yesterday was that we would go down to about 007, I think 0.0073, or it was like 0059. If I'm not mistaken, that's like the range that we're working with, from a low to a high. 0073, probably 007. I mean, you could do 0073 because you've got resistance back here. Golden ratio 00638, 00587, somewhere in that range there. It's completely possible. It is completely possible. But I want to look at the short-term stuff today and see if anything's changed. Are we still likely to go lower, or do we have a chance to recover from here? I want to see if anything's changed. So let's do that. The main thing that's giving me the heebie-jeebies here is the fact that we rejected the overbought zone. I don't like that. But yesterday, closing green, you rejected one day, and then you closed green the next day. We're in kind of a weird environment where maybe we do have a chance to move up. I want to look at the 1 hour and then zoom out from there and just see. 1 hour time frame, looking at this. Because, yeah, like today, we're on the 14th hour. Yesterday, during the 14th hour, we were down here. We were at like this zone with these lower highs still getting rejected by the 50. We hadn't gotten overbought yet. This is nice, right? Imagine the perspective from here, at least my perspective, I'm imagining. The perspective from here is, well, we rejected the oversold zone, but we also found resistance here where we found resistance before. We're probably going to go to the oversold zone. That was my perspective yesterday. Absolutely. At least looking at this, that's what it would be. And that perspective was wrong. It was wrong. Why was it wrong? I don't know. There's a bunch of different ways that we could go about it. You broke out of your downtrend, so you should be moving up. Okay, that's a valid thought. You have a higher low. You're finding support at the 40. After finding resistance at the 50, you could be moving up. There's ways around or thinking of how we could have gotten up here. To me, it seemed obvious that we'd go down, but hey, I was wrong. I'll be wrong again. I've been wrong before. It happens. And now we're coming down, still finding higher lows. I actually really like this 1 hour RSI. I mean, think about it. You got overbought. You did not get oversold. You got very close, but you didn't get oversold. And then you got overbought again. And it looks like now we're spending very little amounts of time below the 50 with higher lows after breaking out of this downtrend. It just, to me, it does seem more bullish today than it did yesterday. That's a step in the right direction, my friends. Stochastics look great. They're reset. You're oversold. Did exactly what we were expecting them to do. It just it got overbought first. I think, again, here yesterday, the assumption would have been that we got oversold, but we got overbought first, and then we came down, which is a pretty bullish reaction, by the way. This makes it more bullish. But here we are reset. We are reset, And we're at higher levels than I would have thought we would have been whenever we reset. The MACD technically is bullish, but I don't really know if I should weigh on that too much. We're choppy and we're sideways. I'm not going to weigh on that too much. 4-hour time frame. Looking at this here. Let's see. The RSI looks really good. Again, the thought I'd like to offer is that yesterday, at this time, would have been here. Would have been here. That's a bearish look. I mean, honestly, that's a bearish look. I would assume, looking at this, that we go to the oversold zone confidently. I would assume that. That confidence was misplaced entirely because we didn't. We've actually moved up, and now we're finding support on the 50. After you reject the 50 like this, you should be going down. The fact that you should be going down, but you didn't, and now you're finding support on the area that you found resistance on before, I mean, you're resilient, man. OnyxCoin is either being tricky or just very, very resilient, right? Whether it's intentional or not, there's definitely some buying pressure here, you guys. And that is a good look. That is a really good look on the 4-hour RSI. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. We're never going to get it back. The stochastics are a bit weird. I wouldn't expect that you find support here and that you move up. It can happen. It's happened before. Typically, I would expect that you get oversold and before you're totally reset and we move up higher. So that could call for more consolidation. That doesn't necessarily mean that we drop lower. Again, the stochastics dropping doesn't mean that you drop. Right? Look, you've been dropping this whole time, and yet you've got higher lows, right? You've been dropping some of it and moving up for some of it, and you've still been dropping that whole time. It doesn't have to go lower. It doesn't have to. I would just like to see it go lower. And to do that, I think the best way would be to just keep consolidating. You know, whatever. Don't break out. Maybe. But it doesn't have to. We look at the MACD. The MACD is bullish overall. I'm a bit disappointed because, again, we bounced here. We had the 0, but then we came back down. But I'm pleasantly surprised because I thought this was going to build more bullish or bearish momentum. Again, we were here on this candle yesterday when I made my last video. Literally the peak bearishness of this quote-unquote flag, or maybe not this flag, maybe not the peak bearishness, but this bearishness here of this pullback since Sunday. It looked bearish, and it's not now. It's actually turning around. It's actually starting to look good. There seems to be some pushback here from the bulls. So with that, I would like to flip-flop again. I feel like Michael Scott in that one episode when he's talking about Jen and the vasectomy. He's like, who got a vasectomy whenever you said you didn't want kids anymore? Snip, snip. He snip, snip. And then whenever you decided you did want kids again, who got it snipped back? Snip, snap. And then whenever you want, he goes snip, snap, snip, snap. And she wanted kids. She didn't want kids like 3 or 4 times. He got a vasectomy like 2 or 3 times and had it undone twice. Snip, snap, snip, snap. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like I'm snip snapping. I feel like because I think this will be the second time. There's been 2 moments in this range that I thought we'd go down to 007 or lower. Yesterday was one of them, and now this is the second time that I've taken that back and I've said that we're going to move to the upside. I think we are. I think we are going to move to the upside. I've seen enough in the charts to convince me that. I mean, we had all the right things there yesterday. The formula was set, man. We were ready to go. We didn't do it. So that makes me bullish in itself. But you pair that with all the indicators that we just looked at, I'm pretty bullish here. Certainly not bearish. You're moving down. Your volume is dying. You're moving up. Your volume is coming back. There's no interest in selling. There's absolutely no interest in selling. Why would there be? Why would there be any interest in selling here? All the interest in selling was here. And all the interested sellers, they sold. If they sold, they don't have any to sell here. They're potential buyers now. And when all your sellers are gone and all you have is potential buyers left and a low market cap, you have an easy time moving up, right? And again, I've been saying this for months, and it's completely valid with what we see here in the charts because the thought was it doesn't take much volume to move up when all the sellers are gone. We had dramatically less volume than we had back here, like less than half, and yet we saw the exact same move. The volume should build as we build. It should build, and I think it will. But at this point, I am bullish. We are considering this a bull flag. from a high to a low, my expectation is that we will go all the way up to our golden ratio zone next, which is anywhere from about 1.9 to 2.2 cents. And at this rate, by the end of the month, does not seem hard at all. Doesn't seem hard at all. But we'll see. Maybe it's rock hard. Maybe it's super hard, and then the not hard part is in February. I don't know, but we should be getting there pretty soon. I would think over the coming weeks, maybe even over the coming days with how this thing likes to move. But I'm not going to say we're going to be here in 3 days. I'd rather us be here in 3 days and me expect that we're there in 2 weeks, and you expect that we're there in 2 weeks. It's better to be pleasantly surprised than it is to be waiting and counting on something, right? Anyways, I've got nothing else to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Daily MACD is still bullish. The daily stochastics are bullish, and the RSI is putting up a bit of a fight. It's doing abnormal things. Like if you were to be bearish, you would just keep dropping. You're doing abnormal things here, getting tied up yesterday a little bit. I mean, you're down today. It's not the prettiest looking thing. But I mean, typically you reject the overbought zone. You reject. Right? You do this little dilly-dally stuff, that can imply some good things coming. You reject the overbought zone. You reject. You don't dilly-dally. That doesn't happen. You reject. You reject. You dilly-dally at lower levels. I'm looking for a bullish instance here. Like this. You reject and you start doing this. That's good. That's really good. It's reminiscent of what we did in late 2023. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm still doing TA, though. I'm still here. If you're still here, I'm still here. It's just so good. You guys, like, how could anybody be bearish on this thing? I get it. I'm not saying how could anybody be depressed. I was sad too, man. I got a buddy who I talked to about this stuff, and we were both pretty sad, but we still believed in XCN full-heartedly, right? The price doesn't matter. It's the fundamentals that matter. I didn't buy XCN for the price. If I did, I would have bought the top. I bought it for the fundamentals. That's why I bought back here. That's why I bought down here. That's why I DCA'd all the way through this way, right? I didn't buy down here. To be completely fair, I should have. But I was fully allocated. And it's desperate times in the markets, you guys. You know what I mean? It's pretty hard times right there. But how could anybody be bearish there? It's such good structure. It's such good. Look at it's. And I'm not buttering the bread here. I'm not fluffing the pillow. I'm telling it how it is. It's perfect structure is what it is. It's perfect. It's literally freaking perfect. It's the most bullish thing. This has got to be one of the most bullish charts in crypto right now. It's absolutely perfect. And you're bouncing off the golden ratio, let alone the XCN BTC chart in comparison to this. I mean, it's literally, structurally speaking, one of the best looking charts that we go over ever. Like that we've gone over this whole year, that we've gone over in the last year. This is a very bullishly postured chart. And the reaction you had is completely appropriate for exactly what it looks like, which is just perfectly structured bullishness. We've got higher lows on a macro scale. We're about to form higher highs on a macro scale. If we form higher highs, I mean, we look at this one here, from a high to a low, where did we go? We went all the way up to our 2618 on the dot. On the dot. We found resistance on the dot at the 886, found support on the dot at the 382, found resistance on the dot at the 2618 and at the 1886. Right there at the 1886, we found resistance. We found like a 50% drop in a day twice right here at this level. Right there at the 2272. So respected, so regarded, entirely respected. From a low to a high, right off the golden ratio, completely respected. So beautiful. 236 resistance. Look at how clean it is. I don't expect anything less here. What I do expect is that we will not go up to the 2618. I guess in that sense it's lesser. We have a much bigger range from a high to a low here than we did back here. The primary target zone becomes rather obvious. And even at the most disappointing level, the 1272, the bare minimum, from here, we still have 11x potential. You guys, this coin is outperforming everything so far in 2026. There's not another coin that's performed like this so far, right? We've only been in 2026 for 2 weeks. It's the 14th. No other coin has performed like this so far at all, not even close in 2026. And it still has at a minimum 11x potential. What? At a minimum. From here. Over the next 2 months or so. Maybe 25x potential. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. But it's not crazy. You've got this erratic reaction off of one of the best places to bounce. A very well-structured chart here. It's so perfect. You're up like 2x from your lows, 3x from your lows. And yet, you still have immense potential. I mean, this just doesn't happen, man. When does the move happen and you can get in after it happens and you still have so much more to go? Like, when is it this obvious? It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. I literally think in the future, I think about things in the future, like what's next cycle going to look like? What's the next XCN going to be? How are we even going to find it? We got lucky by finding this. It was a YouTube comment. Shout out to JG Aesthetics. JG talks a lot of smack about me now. I don't know why. I think it's because he sold all of his XCN, unfortunately, before it actually came back. He was really gung-ho about it back here, and now he's upset. But I talk about it. He was very gung-ho about it all the time back here, and I've talked about it a lot since then. And now he gets upset with me because I talk about it. That tells me that he got burned, probably, unfortunately. He probably sold at some point, and then, you know, all this stuff. And then maybe he bought at the wrong moments and got burned. I don't know. That typically happens. And then whenever people burn themselves, they blame me. They blame me. We all got burned, man. We all got burned. Everybody got burned. I wish I sold up here. I wish I sold up here. I remember advocating not for the sell. We even called for the high to be here. We knew it was coming, but I wasn't selling anyways because I expected 2025 to be a lot more exciting than it was. And I didn't want to sell because I want long-term capital gains. I didn't have it at that point, but March was whenever I would have long-term capital gains. I was so close, I didn't want to relinquish that. Looking back, knowing that we had a whole year, I guess it really didn't matter, did it? Would have been a really good play to make. We all got burned. But the only people who were remedied or who will be remedied are the people who are still holding, who are buying more. High to low, the expectation is we're going to go to 10 cents to 23 cents. I really got nothing else to say, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.